Emergency. In the heart of a bustling city, where the rhythm of life hummed with a constant urgency, the emergency room at St. Andrew's Hospital stood as a bastion of calm in the storm of chaos. It was a place where the unexpected became routine, and the dedicated medical staff worked tirelessly to bring order to the pandemonium that arrived at their doorstep. Dr. Sarah Reynolds, an experienced emergency room physician, had weathered countless storms in the ER. Her calm demeanor and decisive actions earned her the respect of her colleagues and the gratitude of the patients she served. One evening, as the sun dipped below the city skyline, signaling the transition to another night shift, an unforeseen emergency unfolded that would test the limits of the team's expertise. The emergency dispatch crackled to life with urgency as paramedics rushed a busload of passengers involved in a major accident. The hospital's trauma response team sprang into action, and Dr. Reynolds took charge of orchestrating the chaotic ballet of medical professionals. As the ambulances screeched into the ER bay, the scene was a symphony of organized chaos. Paramedics wheeled in stretchers, each carrying an injured passenger from the mangled bus. The air was thick with the acrid scent of antiseptic, adrenaline, and the urgency that permeated every corner of the emergency room. Dr. Reynolds, clad in blue scrubs, moved with precision. Triage nurses assessed the severity of injuries, while trauma surgeons prepared for immediate interventions. The clatter of medical equipment and the hurried footsteps of the medical team echoed through the ER, creating a backdrop to the life-saving ballet unfolding within. One patient, a middle-aged woman with a deep gash on her forehead, was swiftly ushered into a treatment room. Dr. Reynolds, with a calm but determined gaze, assessed the extent of the injury. The patient, disoriented and frightened, found solace in the reassuring words of the medical team surrounding her. In another corner of the ER, a team of nurses and respiratory therapists attended to a young man struggling to breathe. His injuries were critical, and the team worked seamlessly to stabilize his condition. Dr. Reynolds, always at the forefront, coordinated with the surgical team to expedite the necessary procedures. As the night wore on, the emergency room became a battlefield where victories were measured in heartbeats stabilized and breaths restored. The medical staff, a well-coordinated unit, faced the relentless tide of emergencies with resilience and expertise. The trauma bays, once filled with the wounded, gradually emptied as patients were stabilized and transferred to other units for ongoing care. In the aftermath of the emergency, the ER team gathered for a moment of reflection. The adrenaline that had fueled their actions began to ebb, replaced by a sense of accomplishment and camaraderie. Dr. Reynolds, though visibly fatigued, wore a faint smile, knowing that lives had been saved that night. The emergency room at St. Andrew's Hospital, now bathed in the soft glow of dawn, stood as a silent witness to the battles fought and won within its walls. Dr. Reynolds, a beacon of resilience, epitomized the dedication of the medical professionals who faced the unknown with unwavering resolve. As the city slowly awakened to a new day, the emergency room continued its ceaseless vigil, ready to respond to the next wave of emergencies that would inevitably arrive. In the heart of the bustling city, the dedicated team at St. Andrew's Hospital stood as guardians of life, where every second mattered, and every emergency was met with the unwavering commitment to heal and save.